Hello everyone and welcome to the top 10 characters to use for guild quests on Bleach Brave Souls. A quick disclaimer, it is possible that in some situations other characters not on this list can be better than characters on this list due to the nature of the guild quests. For this same reason, it's also possible that this list may not be accurate for every single situation. But the following characters have proven themselves in more than one occasion to be really good at the guild quests. With that said, let's begin.
千景千本桜影吉王位一家先陣か
Starting off the list, we have Blood War Byakuya, who doesn't get nearly as much credit as he should. He's got a pretty good attack and a pretty good SP. Not to mention that all of his strong attacks have pretty good range, and his strong attack 2 is a shield move that in this case very much comes in handy. It not only protects him from damage from a few hits, but more importantly it protects his combo, that as you all know is a very big part of the guild quest. It also really helps out his link, that usually isn't very great, but in this case it kinda is. Having a 20% boost on all of your damage is a pretty big deal in the guild quests, so protecting that is kind of useful. He also has a ranged normal attack, whose final attack on the string can really help rack up the combo. But possibly the most important thing Byakuya has going for him is his ridiculously powerful special. This is because it not only gets the boost from the 20% damage link, but it also has bombardment, which basically doubles that into 40%, and with a Tenshintai can be used to clear off entire rooms in an instant. And I'm sure I don't have to tell you guys how important specials are for these guild quests, as we can use them 6 times in total for the quests, and they're a huge time saver.
勝たせてもらうぜそう旅丸セゲ鉄砲
Next on the list is 1000-Year Blood War Renji, who has probably the best possible link for the guild quests. I'm talking of course about the strong attack recharge link, which you will see a lot more on this list. Renji also has the second highest SP in the game, and a pretty decent attack for an SP character, which is actually gonna come in handy, because his normal attack is actually pretty good for racking up hits for his combo. But the main reason Renji is on this list is for his strong attacks, that all 3 have a really good range. His strong attack 1 has the potential to hit multiple waves of enemies, his strong attack 2 looks really close to being full screen, and his strong attack 3 is a charge move, which is actually really good to have in a guild quest, as it hits with the power of a special if it's fully charged, and you can charge it before entering a new area. Not charging this strong attack results in the same power as a regular strong attack 3, but hits a much smaller space, which I'm not gonna lie can be a problem sometimes for these guild quests. As for Renji's special, it may not have bombardment, but it does have the possibility of instantly killing the enemy, which while it isn't a certain thing, it can come in handy.
4歩のうちに踏みしめた空間の治水化風の全てを凍結する視界氷結
At number 8, we have Toshiro Hitsugaya, 1000-Year Blood War Edition. Now at this point, I'd like to invite all of you who are currently typing angrily as to why Toshiro was at number 8 to stop and chill out, pun intended. Just because he's Toshiro doesn't make him instantly be one of the top 3. That said, he is still really good on these guild quests, as he has one of the highest SPs in the entire game as well as Frenzy, and has a chance to inflict freezing on everything. He also has great range on his strong attacks, and they're all really quick to activate, making for quick run times. He also has the strong attack recharge link, which lets him spam his strong attacks, and his special is a guaranteed freeze on everything, giving you more than enough time to get your strong attacks back if you don't already have them.
Bankai! Jakhorai Koben! この一撃で終わらせてやろう
Coming in at number 7 is Soi Fon, the Lost Agent Edition, who I know doesn't hit as hard as Toshiro or Renji, but does have several things going for her that the other 2 just don't. Like Toshiro and Renji, she also has a strong attack recharge link, except hers is a boosted 14%. She also has debilitating poison on everything, which does help out with some of the enemies with higher health, and she has long stride and extra flash steps, and this is the reason she made it above them. As you know, time is a big component of the guild quests, and having someone who can flash step from one side of the map to the other in just a couple of seconds can really help out on time, allowing you to be able to reach the final boss with plenty of seconds to spare, thus increasing your total score.
夕闇にいざない色くまれうわ
Next on the list is Sena, who, surprise surprise, also has the strong attack recharge link. Sena also has a really high SP and frenzy, as well as a particular type of move that you're probably gonna see in the next several characters. I'm talking of course about the crawling vortex that really helps on these quests, as it ends up being responsible for a lot of our combos. Unlike stationary vortexes or vortexes that surround the character, these actually do damage, but they don't stay on screen for as long as the others. Sena also has a really good normal attack that's ranged and also helps out in wrecking up the combo. Her strong attack 3 also has really good range, although it's not entirely full screen, and it does take a little longer than others. As for Sena's special, it's not anything special, though it does inflict defense weakening, which could come in handy near the end of the guild quest.
挽回加点胸骨から松真珠俺にて大詰め締めの段糸切りばさみ血染めの喉笛
Next on the list we have Shunsui, 1000 Year Blood War Edition, who has actually made it this high for a number of reasons. First and most obvious is his high SP and frenzy. He also has a strong attack damage link that, while it's not as useful as a strong attack recharge link, is still very useful, as his attacks do a fifth more of the damage, and potentially more if the guild quest rules say so. But what is probably the best thing about this character is his strong attacks. His strong attack 1 is actually pretty normal, and his strong attack 3 is a full screen move that actually really comes in handy in these guild quests. But his strong attack 2 is where he really shines. It not only has excellent range encompassing a large portion of the screen, but it also has the advantage of being the strongest strong attack in the entire game, as it hits with a 160 mag and frenzy, basically allowing you to knock out any boss with one strong attack as long as you're close enough. This lets you save your special for other areas and allows you to save time that way. Speaking of which, his special has a chance to instant kill the enemy, which, as I covered earlier, is very useful. Coming in at number 4 on the list is the former lieutenant of Squad 8, Lisa, the past version. This character also has a strong tech recharge link as well as a vortex move like Sena. She is also ranged and also has a full screen strong attack 3. In fact, the two are very similar, right down to having the same killer and the same SP. The reason Lisa comes out on top though is because she has a chance of inflicting normal attack paralysis as well as her strong attack 1. And she has Debilitator, which can come in handy. That said, most people with strong attack recharge links are probably not going to use their normal attack as much, but she might still paralyze with her strong attack 1. Overall, Lisa's really good at taking down enemies and really good at racking up the combo.
そうか、欲しいのならばくれてやろう。ダークショコラドン。
Coming in at number 3 is the character that's gonna complete the trio, Espada number 3, Tier Halibel, Valentine's Day Edition. Now you may be wondering why it is I said complete the trio. This is because Halibel also has the same SP as Lisa and Sena, she also has a Hollow Killer, and she also has a Crawling Vortex. She also has a full screen strong attack 3, and she also has a strong attack recharge link. The only thing is that Halibel's is a boosted strong attack recharge link. Now you may be thinking, but why put her at number 3 and Lisa at 4 if Lisa has a debilitating stun? The reason is, in addition to having a boosted link, Halibel's strong attack 1 is actually better in this case. Sure, they may both do similar damage, and Lisa's may have debilitating paralysis, but Halibel pushes back the enemies and hits a lot more times, which are both things that you want in a guild quest.
力の差を教えてやる。セロオスキュラス。
At number 2 on the list, we have Ulquiorra, Mind Edition, who kinda has a little bit of everything we've seen on the list so far. Sure, his SP may not be as high as some of the other characters on this list, but it's still pretty up there, and he has Frenzy. He also has a Crawling Vortex that helps with combos, as I've mentioned before, and his strong attack 1 is actually similar to Halibel's in that it pushes back enemies and hits multiple times. Finally, his strong attack 3 is a charge move that, much like Renji's, also doubles in strength and increases in range if fully charged, though it is kind of hard to hit the enemies behind you because Ulquiorra throws his strong attack 3 in front of him. Ulquiorra also has one of the better specials on this list, as it's full screen and also inflicts a debilitating burn. I've said it before and I'll say it again, this character is pretty much made for crowd control, and that's actually something you really want with guild quests. Now before showing number 1, here are a few characters that could have made it on this list and actually surpass some of these characters on the list under the right conditions.
冷圧をぶち込んで叩き起こしたいやつがいるんだ。まだ全然使いこなせちゃいねえけどな。 くれん。
せっかくの祭りじゃもっと楽しめ。
波動の90黒棺息吹レスピラくだらん。地獄から逃げられるのはただ一人、このスズムシ本体を握る者だけだ。
At number 1 on the list, we have Kaname Tozen, Heart Edition. Much like several other characters on this list, he also has a high SP, Frenzy, Strong Attack Recharge Link, and a Crawling Vortex. But all of the other characters on this list only have 1 or 2 strong attacks that have a high hit ratio, whereas Kaname has 3. We've already discussed the Strong Attack 2 Vortex move to death, so let's move on to the others. His Strong Attack 1 has an extremely high hit count. Individually they don't do that much, but together they do about as much damage as a regular strong attack, and it hits so many times, rapidly increasing your combo count as well as your points. As for his Strong Attack 3, it may not hit as much as a Strong Attack 1, but it still hits multiple times, and it hits enemies from all angles. But that's not all. Kaname also has the ability to inflict debilitating weakening on everything, including all of his strong attacks that already hit multiple times, largely increasing the chance of inflicting weakening, and on his special, which is full screen and does more damage than the average special due to the weakening. Now, as I mentioned before, there are some characters that didn't make it on the list, characters that are also really good at guild quests. So if you didn't see them here or even on the honorable mentions, it doesn't mean they're not good, because I feel like most characters are good under the right conditions. These are just some characters that I feel are almost always very useful. That said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next top 10.